Not here. Not really in the eye line.
This is why this is vodka in here. Pour one out for the career of Bill Goldberg. Oh my goodness, 90s kids feel about as old as our hairlines. Yes, if you've not seen me without the baseball cap before, well, that's why. Folks, welcome to Displaying Model Behaviour, where we talk about all the great news that's been coming out over the last few days, and I couldn't do that without my channel members. In this case, I want to thank Ludwig Hertz, He Who Knows, Austin Zepsi, and Frankie Riviera. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's all the channel members that allow me the time to make these videos. So my hat is metaphorically off to you, but not literally, because we all saw what that looked like. So Loose Collector has unveiled their new, wow, not even first. Dave, what are you doing? Their new figures for their Crypt line. Okay, slow down, take a breath. You're overexcited. It happens. We're getting Bigfoot and the Yeti. Yeti being pronounced like Tony Schiavone would. I'm making you proud, boss. So these both look ridiculously gigantic. Absolutely huge. And I'm here for it. I love it. I want this kind of silliness. I don't want a modest figure on my shelf. I want to pay for something that feels like heft and weight is in my hand. And this is exactly that. Absolutely bonkers. Both of these share the same pre-order details from what I can see. So I'll tell you the info for both of them. So going to be available at loosecollector.com and a whole bunch of other stores as well, such as 5K Toys, Big Bad Toy Store, DJC Collectibles, Sugo Toy Collectibles, Kapow Toys in the UK, and Executive Replicas. So you've got a pre-order date for a slightly cheaper price up until August 15th. And then after that, it's a slightly higher price until September 15th when pre-orders close. And that's it. So you got your window to get your order in for these guys. And then they're going to be releasing around about the first quarter of next year. So not too long to wait. They're going to be 10 inches tall. So you can see some of these size comparison pictures. They're ludicrous. And before we move on from Loose Collector, I've got a little Model Behaviour channel exclusive. They have given me a preview of the render of their upcoming Cthulhu. Okay, well, just the head, but it's a start. So this apparently will be the biggest figure they have ever made, and that's a pretty high bar to surpass already. But from what I've been told, this thing is gonna tower over the other figures. So if you think the Great Wolf, Yeti, Mr. Hyde are big, nah, these are going to look like chump change compared to what will probably be a gigantic Cthulhu, which you can see is just in the rendering stages right now. It's a way off, but it's coming. So at the risk of sounding like a crazy cultist person, Cthulhu? Yeah, go on. Cthulhu is coming. Everyone look busy. Folks, time to take a quick pause for the cause and tell you about this channel's sponsor, Legendsverse. And you know what Legendsverse is. It is your one-stop shop for all of your action figure collecting, correlating, and collaboratizing needs. Yeah, we'll go with that, see. Whether you collect Marvel Legends, Mafex, Mezco, DC, McFarlane, Multiverse, SH Figure Arts, Cosmic Legions, Mythic Legions, WWE, Transformers, Motu, and even a whole bunch of other ones, you will probably find them listed on this website where you can catalog all of the figures you own. It'll tell you how much they're worth, so you can decide what you should insure your collection for, or at least lie that it actually didn't cost you that much. Plus, you can go back into the archives, see all the different figures that have been released over the last few decades, so you can see what little rare gems you need to find to fill in those little gaps in your collection. You can check out the member content as well, where people submit their different teams that you can build with different figures. It's a wonderful rabbit hole to go down. I highly suggest you check them out. You can click the link in the description below, use a little Model Behavior code, and if you wanted to get a paid membership, you can use it for free. But if you wanted to get a paid membership, you can use my code, get yourself a little bit of money off as well. So Legendsverse, go check them out. You know, James Gunn absolutely got Superman right in the movie, which is funny because it seems like so many toy companies are really struggling to get David Corenswet's face right in their action figures and statues. And NECA maybe is no different. We're seeing this 1/4 scale, or 1/4 scale, is a better way of saying it, 1/4 scale Superman from NECA. I'm going to give myself gas here. I've been speaking too quickly and too excitedly. This is going to be due October 2025. So look, it's in a couple of months' time. $150 because it's a big figure. But yeah, it's okay. It looks okay, but not one of NECA's strongest efforts. I don't think for the look of the face. No, looks more like Derpy Man to me, to be honest. Looking at it even closer now, I'm thinking, no, Neca, you are like, Neca's thing is, movie likenesses and real people being translated into action figure form. But this one, you had a bigger canvas to work on, and honestly, this feels like a bit of a swing and a miss to me. But if you disagree, which is your constitutional right to do so, even though I don't like it, you can pick this up and judge for yourself. Now, this is what I would call a fun action figure. What constitutes fun here at Model Behavior? A monkey with a minigun. That'll do it. Fresh monkey fiction, Operation Monster Force, collaborating with Big Bad Workshop and releasing on Big Bad Toy Store. There's a whole lot of players in this here game, but they've all collaboratized and congregated to make Chatsworth. He's actually part of season 3 of Operation Monster Force, which is just the most fun, awesome, occult version of the G.I. Joe line you would ever want. It's a great companion piece if you enjoy G.I. Joe Classifieds, but you want something that's A, completely original, and B, more in that sort of occulty monster Zuki Buki kind of genre. This is your thing. And this is probably the most elaborate figure I think they've done from this line so far. Stop me if I'm wrong. So pre-orders, that's what I'm trying to say. Pre-orders are going to go live on July 18th. That's when they're going to announce the price. So we don't know yet. But just looking at the pictures, it looks like a whole lot of fun. There is going to be an early bird price reduction. That's going to run until July 31st, so you can get in there early. It says the weapons are designed by Gridiron Studios, so you know that that's a mark of quality right there. The whole thing looks super fun. I think this is going to be real popular. McFarlane have revealed some preview images for their next 2 DC Multiverse figures, and that's all we've got, so I'll go over these quickly. First of all, Dark Stars Rising. It says here, I'm not familiar, but it says Dark Stars joins the DC Multiverse when pre-orders open July 17th. And he won't be coming alone because we're also going to be getting, it says, Bows and Arrows of Outrageous Fortune. That sounds like the title of a Magic the Gathering card. Shout out to McFarlane Toys for this photo. Here's a look at the upcoming Merlin. Okay, that's the name of the character right there. I was quoting Toy Shiz on Instagram. The Dark Archer coming to the DC Multiverse line, also July 17th. Speaking of badass independent action figure creators, Valarverse have just shown off their LegendsCon 2025 exclusive. This is Dia de los Muertos Sidewinder. Sorry, I was trying to look at the camera and sight read and clearly failing at both. But he looks like he'd be a great companion piece to the loose collector La Muerta, who also has that Dia de los Muertos face paint on there as well. The two of those together, pair of badass candy skull assassins. Love that idea. Valarverse, they always bring the heat with their figures. Honestly, this one looks like no exception. Four Horsemen Studios have revealed a little San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. They're doing the Four Horsemen Mythic Legions, the Heroic Paladin / Cleric. The Four Horsemen will have limited stock available on San Diego Comic-Con. It'll be offered again later in the year as part of their role-playing game Kickstarter. Oh, that was burying the lead for me. I'm sure that other people know about this, but Four Horsemen Studios doing a role-playing game? Okay. I mean, it makes perfect sense. They're all based off, or at least inspired by, to an extent, Dungeons and Dragons and whatnot. That makes perfect sense. So there you go. I just learned something. We're getting a Mythic Legions, Four Horsemen role-playing game and a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Mety Toys have up for pre-order over on 5K Toys 3 big bad Orky boys. And I love my big bad Orky boys. So you are going to be able to build out your fantasy Warhammer style ranks here, or Warcraft. Very World of Warcraft, isn't it? The kind of theme and feel they go for. So I'm going to rattle off the info here. Mety Toys, who we are fans of over here at Model Behavior. Event exclusive, summer event exclusive Orc Mercenary Squad. So we got 3 bad boys here. We got Bloodskull, we got Frost Throat, and Wastelander. All 3 of them look super fun. Limited to 150 units in USA per character. Max of 5 units per customer. Releasing in August. And the pre-order is over at 5K Toys. Go check them out. If you like your sword and sorcery, yeah, these guys will look like a lot of fun on your shelves. Easy for me to say. Hot Toys and Sideshow Collectibles are giving us Pedro Pascal's Joel Miller from The Last of Us Season 2, and it looks exactly like you would expect Pedro Pascal as Joel Miller from The Last of Us Season 2 to look like. I mean, come on, it's Sideshow Hot Toys. Of course, the likeness is incredible. Nearly $300 though, so it really ought to be. $285 to be precise. You can pre-order this figure now through Sideshow Collectibles. I have to admit, I absolutely adore The Last of Us video games. Both of them. I loved the second one. All the controversial choices that people didn't like, I was here for. I love Abby. I love the story, love how it went. But the TV show never really got its hooks into me. I just thought the casting wasn't good. Both the actors in the leads are amazing as far as acting ability is concerned. Coming from someone who purports to be an actor, I look at them and I'm like, yeah, they would act circles around me on my best day. They're phenomenal. But they're not Joel and Ellie. And I don't know if it would have been possible to have cast anyone who was Joel and Ellie, because you're so used to seeing them in the game. But seeing it translated to a TV format, it just didn't click for me, unfortunately. I'm watching them and I'm like, you're great actors, but you ain't Joel and Ellie. So there you go. That's my little rant about The Last of Us. Although some of the special effects and things were incredible. And the Jonestown story in episode 3 of season 1, heartbreakingly chef's kiss, glorious cinema. But it wasn't with the right actors. I'm the guy saying that. But hey, if you enjoyed it, which you have the right to do so, then this little hot toy here is a good way to immortalize it. Have we reached the stage where action figures are just ridiculous now? I think we might have, which means to me that we're living in a golden era. Certainly if you look at Kyoto's upcoming output with their Titan, Colossus Titan, that we can see this early prototype of here that was unveiled at a toy show a couple of days ago. So this is their upcoming Attack on Titan Colossus Titan. No idea when this might be available, or like how much it's going to cost, or what the articulation is going to be. It looks ridiculous. It looks too big to be a real action figure. I don't know. But it seems to be reported on and pitched as, no, this is a product that is coming, but you see how it stacks up. I mean, that's way bigger than a Galactus or a Sentinel. I don't know how they're going to practically do this, but I'm excited to find out. Thank goodness I'm not an Attack on Titan fan. Otherwise, I'd be trying to squirrel away money that I don't have. Instead, I can just look at this and go, okay, this is the world we live in now. I'm kind of here for it. Something for Metal Gear fans to get excited for, myself included. Kyoto Revoltech is showing off their early prototypes for their upcoming Big Boss and Snake figure. I think Naked Snake? Yes, Naked Snake. There we are. I sometimes get my Big Bosses and Snakes confused. It's a long chronology for Metal Gear. So this is obviously inspired by Snake Eater Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I confused myself. And this is a franchise I purport to be a fan of. I know, terrible. Fake fan over here. But they do look nice. It's only the renders, but it gives us something to whet our appetites with. And right now, you can believe that Model Behavior's appetite is pretty well whetted. If you want a naked Snake who's a little less naked, then Kraken Studios are doing a 1/12 scale soft goods version of the character. I don't know if this is officially licensed. I'm guessing maybe not, but I don't want to cast aspersions. But he might be released as, no clothes reptile man. You know what I'm saying. But hey, a rose by any other name would still say Metal Gear. Looks very, very pretty. No price or release date or order window yet. Just the pictures to get us excited. And honestly, that's pretty much what they're doing. This is quite fun here. For you Street Fighter fans who are collecting the Jada line, we're getting some extra heads, not official ones, but from 78 Points of Articulation. You can order these custom Game Over heads, which do look beautifully, accurate to the old arcade-style Game Over screens. So Ken, Ryu, and Chun-Li, the first wave of figures that Jada released, these are going to be $35 each, or all three heads $400. So if you really want to go all in with your displays, have the winning pose and the beaten up defeated pose, you might want to go in for these. So I mean, $35. It's a lot for a head, but then again, it's a custom-made individual piece. So I totally get it. For what you're getting, the price seems pretty reasonable. You can check out 78 Points of Articulation on Instagram to see more of them. But if you want a Superman with a little less articulation, McFarlane are giving you a 1/6 scale Superman statue. So Hot Toys kind of scale. And this one looks a little bit better with David Corenswet's likeness, I think. Yeah, there's not a huge amount in it. Maybe I'm being overly critical. I think I've seen so many dubious face sculpts that now as soon as I see one, I'm like, oh, well, that's not good either. Where actually it's no better or worse than any other ones. This is actually, I have to say, it's not an action figure, so it's not our ultimate wheelhouse, but for a statue, it looks okay. It actually looks pretty decent. McFarlane, I'd say this is a pretty good effort right here. Man, loving DC movies, praising McFarlane? What's happened to me? Time flies. Absolute Batman is about to have its first annual. I think it's its first annual. It must be. And Daniel Warren Johnson, one of my favorite artists, is going to be joining the creative team for that, guaranteeing that I'm going to pick it up. I just love his hyper detailed style. It's so intricate. It's beautiful. And after watching Superman, which I'm going to talk about next, I'm getting way into DC now because finally, I've got to admit, after all these years, having watched Superman, I finally get it. Which takes me to Superman, James Gunn Superman, kicking off the James Gunn DC universe properly. And it was a triumph. I loved it every second. I had a giddy grin on my face. And I went in being Johnny Marvel. I'm not a DC person, but because of that, I had no preconceptions. I didn't have any idea of what I wanted to see. I just wanted to be entertained. And oh my goodness, from top to bottom, I was entertained so much. Now, I want to learn more about the DC universe because this is the DC universe I don't think I've ever seen on screen. It's this magical, crazy, slightly bonkers and silly, but heartfelt, earnest world. And I loved it. And they didn't need to explain anything. It's a ready-made comic book universe. Here you go. We got all sorts of... I don't want to say anything to, give away any spoilers. Go watch it. I'm sure most of you have by now. But it's just... everything's just there. It's like ready-made, pre-packed. Boom. Comic book universe. Enjoy. And I did. David Corenswet, wonderful as the Man of Steel. Everyone was wonderful. I'm terrible with actor names. But lady who played Lois... fantastic. Jimmy Olsen, Lex Luthor, dude from who played Beast and other characters from X-Men, and he's just wonderful as Lex Luthor. Detestable, so hateable, brilliant. I double thumbs up. I'll leave it at that. But if you're on the fence, go see it. Judge for yourself. It's real funny because before it was fully released, to the wider public, the early reviews were coming in were like, it's okay. 3.5 stars. It's decent, James Gunn comic book. And then the general public got to it, myself included, and were like, this is the movie we have all been waiting for. I love it. And now all the reviews coming out from the major outlets like, oh, 5-star, great movie. This is the DC Superman we need. And it's like, kind of chasing the zeitgeist there, aren't you guys? Similarly, all the naysayers who are like, oh, early reviews of Superman say it's rubbish. Oh, test screenings are saying this is terrible. Oh, Superman's going to bomb. And then, of course, it comes out. Everyone loves it. And all of a sudden, those YouTube channels are kind of quiet. It's a little bit like when X-Men 97 hit. And everyone's like, oh, woke X-Men 97. And then it comes out and it's like, oh, this is actually really good. Everyone liked it. I'm going to have to complain about something else now. That's why it's nice being positive. Because then when things are bad, it's like, oh, well, maybe the next one will be better. And then when things are good, like Superman, you can just enjoy it and be happy. Because I'm not even a DC guy, but I'm so happy we have more awesome stuff. So yes, DC Universe, James Gunn, model behavior, I'm all in on this. I don't cover video games on here very often, but occasionally something will pop up that just I want to highlight to you. And Shark Dentist is absolutely one of them because I love me a horror game. And I'm a bit of a fan of sharks as well because they creep me out and fascinate me, and I know that I'm not alone in that. And someone took two things that people are terrified of, sharks and dentistry, and have put them together in this awesome looking kind of puzzle game where you are a shark dentist in a very decrepit Saw looking basement where you have to operate on a different great white shark and fix whatever their medical problem is without upsetting them and losing your head. Looks very weird, very bizarre, but also incredibly atmospheric. I'm really looking forward to giving this a try. Today in Artist Alley, shout out to Riku, who is just a connoisseur, well, not connoisseur. Today in Artist Alley, shout out to Riku, who creates these beautiful, almost graffiti-looking art pieces here. Very, very bright and vibrant. I think he does a lot of bespoke cover art, and honestly, I love everything here because it's just so in your face in a wonderful, bright, colorful kind of way. Absolutely is my cup of tea. Just bold and dynamic style artwork. Yeah, go check them out. Some of their Street Fighter stuff is really, really cool. Done a whole bunch of Marvel Rivals covers and pieces as well. Yeah, this dude's got some amazing skills. Today's cosplay cover artist is Crash Candy Cosplay. Really fun, bright, kind of silly, but also very, very awesome with the skill that goes into it. That's what I like. Someone who doesn't take themselves too seriously. I can certainly relate to that. So yeah, go give them a follow because when you look through this album here, yeah, the work they put in, absolutely terrific. And they seem to have great fun doing it. Go give them a follow. And folks, that does it for Good News for today. What did you think about the items covered? Comment below and let me know. And if you like what you see here and you want to see more, then you know what you gotta do. You gotta join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond in supporting the channel, then you can do by getting yourself a Model Behavior channel membership. Just like all the good brothers and sisters going up by the side of me, by getting one of those, you can help support the channel, allowing me to make more episodes and dedicate more time to this. Plus, you get to enjoy all the live streams that I do for the channel members, as well as, of course, I do the weekly Everybody in the Pool live stream where we can all get together and talk about the events of the week. So, gang, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee, cup of coffee.